I'm making this short video today to briefly talk about the shifting changes that people will be beginning to see from what had been the rogue trader lore and history of the Squats over to the new history of the League of the Votann. There is going to be an attempt to distance them, likely from several of the prior distinct visual points they had before. The designers at Games Workshop over the years voiced their displeasure at the overall design of the dwarves in the setting, including for many of their quirks and vehicles. This means there may need to be tempering of expectations for things such as land trains or trikes in the future, especially with the wildly divergent appearance displayed so far. The tyrannid consumption of the Votanni was floated by Jervis Johnson many years ago offhandedly as a means to try to avoid questions regarding the Squats during 3rd and 4th edition, and this lore will likely be included in some way during the revamping of this faction. The most remarkable of all is the telegraph that the Demiurg's backstory, both in its official and canonical stories, may be adjusted to bring them in line with the Votann storylines, shifting them from being genuine aliens over to being the offshoots of the Votann. Now, there is only the whispers of this by the Warhammer community so far, rather than this being spelt out for us. But, in all honesty, this makes the most sense. Trying to create these organic connections to other factions in this way may be messy at first, but are essential to help the setting feel like there was no absence of this faction over the past decades. And their presence runs deeper than them simply being merged back into the setting in the most ham-fisted way. At least, this play with the Demiurg, which they've telegraphed, would be the wisest decision they could make regarding this. It's even something I'd recommend that they do. Also, as a quick aside, there are rumors and hopes speculating wildly across social media that the Squats may become some sort of, quote, good guys, unquote, in the setting, breaking from the mold of the other factions in Warhammer 40,000. This would likely be short-lived in the setting, but even if it wasn't, Warhammer 40,000 is built as a setting where there are no good guys, and on this basis, based on any information we've received so far, that they will be anything other than a product of the 40k universe is outside of the norm. In fact, you should hope that they are more like the normal factions of the 40k universe. Better to be something that fits in Warhammer 40,000 than something that does not. There are no good factions in the 41st millennium or the 42nd millennium. Thank you for joining me here today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. With that, I'll catch you in the comment sections below.